Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another recipe video, and I know guys you will say another recipe, but yes, because kids were out of school and I've been constantly in the kitchen making something new for them, and my both boys are really foodie. They love food so much. So today I'm back with the Pav Bhaji as well as the Pav Bhaji Pulao. So I'm gonna show you everything how I make this. This is gonna be just like the restaurant style. So let's go ahead and start it. I have a pan heating up. In that I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of oil as well as a tablespoon of butter. Mixture of both, it's gonna give you really good taste. To this we're gonna add about a cup of onion, and we're just gonna let this cook for just a few minutes. And after that, I'm gonna add about a half a cup chopped garlic. And yes, it looks like too much garlic, but believe me, friends, it's gonna give you really good taste. And also, I'm adding about a one green chili. Now it's up to you. If you don't want the spicy, you can just completely leave it out. If you want to add more, you can add more. So I'm just adding one there. And now we're gonna let this mixture cook for a few minutes. To this, I'm gonna add about a 2 cup of chopped tomato, and this is like about medium-sized tomato. And we're gonna let this mixture cook. It's gonna take about 5 minutes to cook all this. And in between that, you want to make sure you are mashing it. So you can use the potato masher here because we are looking for the smooth consistency here. So just go in between every few minutes and mash it. Now to this, I'm gonna add all the dry spices. First of all, we're gonna add about 2 tablespoons of red chili powder, tablespoon turmeric powder, and 2 tablespoons combined coriander and the cumin powder. Also, I'm using about tablespoon of Pav Bhaji masala. You can use any of the brand that you have. I do have the Badshah there, but you can use any of them there. And the main secret ingredients there is the dry fenugreek leaves. Now we just gonna use just a little bit and crush it between your palms and put it in there. It is gonna give you such a nice good aroma as well as the taste. And now we're gonna let this mixture cook. So either you can add just a regular water, but I do have the vegetable stock, so that's what I'm adding here. And this process is going to take you about 7 to 10 minutes because, again, like I say, we want to make sure all the spices and all the onion tomato mixture is well cooked. So you have to keep adding the either stock or the water every few minutes because it's going to absorb. So we want to make sure that this mixture doesn't get dry. So in between, again, go ahead and mash it, and this is what it's gonna look like after about 7 or 8 minutes. So I'm gonna take that mixture in the other bowl, and in the same pan I'm adding about a tablespoon of oil, and to that I'm gonna add garlic as well as the onion and tomato. So the first part what we did, that was our basically our base, or you can say it's a gravy. So now I'm gonna let this mixture cook for a few minutes. After that, I'm gonna add mixed color bell pepper, and this is about a cup of bell pepper. I mean, you can just use the green, but I just happen to have this different color one, so that's what I'm adding there. And also, I'm gonna add about 4 medium boiled potato. Now, when you add the potato in here, make sure they are cold or room temperature because you don't want to add the hot potato in there. Also, I'm adding about a cup of green peas in there. And some people do add like cauliflower or eggplant or cabbage or any other vegetables, but I don't like any of that, so I just make with the potato and the peas. But it's up to you. I mean, if you want to add, you can just boil those vegetables on the other side, just like the potato, and add to this mixture. Again, I'm adding all the dry spices here. Also, you want to make sure you add the Pav Bhaji masala in this. And now we're gonna let this mixture cook also. Again, keep adding water or keep adding the vegetable stock. And because of the potato, it's gonna absorb all the moisture. So we need to keep adding it. And by the time when I was done with this, I use about half of that container of the vegetable stock. So you want to keep adding it and keep mashing it. And again, this process is going to take you at least 10 to 15 minutes. And after that, the first mixture that we made it, we're going to just call it gravy. I'm going to add about half of that to this potato mixture. And just mix it really well because it's gonna all those spices needs to be combined. So again, we're gonna let this cook for a few minutes. Again, keep adding water, stock, whatever you need it, but make sure it doesn't get dry. And just after a few minutes, I'm gonna add the salt, as well as you need either lime or the lemon juice. And that's it, our bhaji will be ready. And you can completely stop here. You can just serve this with the bread and onion on the side. But every time I make this, I always make it with the pulao because my kids, both of them, they love pav bhaji so much. And even me too, especially in the winter time, I crave the spicy food. So now we're gonna go ahead and start making the pulao. So for that, we need about tablespoon of butter. And to this, I'm gonna add onion. And this is about just a cup of onion there. It's remind me of India when I was back there, especially, in like we used to go to the roadside stall around 10, 11 o'clock and just go there, sit there outside and have spicy pav bhaji in those cold weather. It's such a nice time, it's just a good old days basically. And so now I just add about a cup or half a cup of green peas. And it's up to you, if you want more, you can add more, and less, or if you don't like it, you can completely leave it out. And all the dry spices here also. Also, we're gonna add the pav bhaji masala. And here, if you don't want to add the pav bhaji masala, you can add the chole masala. And that tastes really good also. But I always, I use the pav bhaji masala. And to this mixture, we want to cook without any water. You want to make sure that you keep mixing it, but do not add any water, because that's our, the rice gonna be mushy and the grain will not be separated. So we don't want that. And now I am also adding that gravy that we made it very first, about half of them in there. So that's going to give you basically that pav bhaji flavor, as well as your rice or the pulao will be so soft and will taste really yummy. So now I'm adding the boiled rice, and when you add the boiled rice, you want to make sure that it's room temperature, not steaming hot, because again, then your grain is not going to be separated and it's going to be mushy. So you want to just go and gently mix all this. And please do try this recipe, friends. It's so yummy, so tasty. And like I say, I make this at least once a month, and everybody loves in my family. We just love pav bhaji so much. And now the pulao is ready. And that's our pav bhaji. So I'm adding the just a dash of butter there. And I hope friends you like this, and I promise you next time I'm coming with a different kind of video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.